Alright guys, so today this video is for the Bushcraft group challenge on making a fireplace / oven. And in the pictures that Freddie showed, they were made out, a lot of them were made out of rocks, big flat rocks, but I have none of those around, so I will be making mine out of what we have a lot of here in North Carolina, which is clay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by getting some green sticks and bending them in a half dome shape. I'm gonna put in just kind of a ridge pole. Just put that in, so I have an outline where I put my rest of my arcs. So I'll just put that in like that, beam back there, and then one beam just leaning against it, and I'm gonna just keep on putting those across it, and just to make the basic shape, just so when I put the clay on, it stays up better. Just a little bit of the frame of it now. Everything is done except for putting the clay on. But let's see if you guys can see this. There we go. So that is the frame from the back, and I tied this together with bark, and that's the side, and that is the very front. And the reason I didn't cover up the front, I don't know if you can see, there's a stick there and there, but then there's this hole here, that's where I'm going to put my firewood in and all that. And I'm also, though, going to make a clay door that I can take off and put on, so when I need the oven. So this that I've got. Alright, and you want it to be pretty thick because, and this stuff has roots in it and stuff, guys, because it just has roots in it. So you want it to be pretty thick because it'll get brittle, relatively brittle, not that brittle, so just the thicker the better. And you just want to put that on like that. I just found a tick, so I took a picture of it, so you'll see a still of that at the end. They're really nasty. They screw it's a little kind of like a spider, but it screws its head into you, so you have to unscrew them out of your skin, and it really hurts. And you can get Rocky Mountain spotted fever from them, but so that means in a couple days there'll be tons of them. I did get bit by it, but so you'll see that at the end. But I did finish my fireplace / oven. It took me, I don't know, it took me not as long as I thought it'd take, maybe an hour. And so I'll walk around the camera. Alright, yeah, I can't really see, the screen's dirty. Hang on. Alright, so that is it. And this side has an indent in it, but that's alright. It's just because the sticks on this side, I guess, were lower than the other one, but there's still just as much clay from it. So I go around. That is the front of it, right there, and that's where if you, in size of my hand, in relation to my hand, that's how big it is. It's pretty big. And I looked inside to see if there are any air holes, which there's not. I don't think the camera won't pick up anything there. But so for when I use it as an oven, I made this door, and I put a handle on it, and these sticks are just to support it, so when I leave it doesn't fall over. I left yesterday in the evening to let this dry, and I'm back here today, but unfortunately it rained last night, so it couldn't dry, so it's still wet. But that shouldn't be, it'll still work as the oven just fine. It just didn't dry. So like the door handle won't work because it's not dried on there. It'll just fall apart. But so I'm still gonna use the oven and fireplace and stuff, and the fire will dry it out too. Alright guys, so I have my fire going in there. You can see the chimney's working, but it also comes out the door just because the hole's not big enough. You need a really big hole at the top to have all the smoke come out of it. Alright, so I put my bread in the oven slash fireplace, and since it rained last night and nothing had a chance to dry, and the door, when the door's dry, it'll stand up on its own, but since it's wet clay, it'll just, you know, if it stands up, it's just gonna shrink down because it has no support and it's all flimsy. So I just have these two sticks right here, just leaning against it, just so it doesn't fall over. But probably once this is done cooking, the door will have dried on one side halfway through, so it'll be sturdy enough to not need that. And I have my chimney, which I have my little lid on, out of clay. So I'm just gonna let that bread cook, and alright, so my bread is done. Since it is a yeast-free bread, it's not as airy because yeast makes the bread expand. So it's a flat bread, but it still tastes good. And so let's break that open. Yeah, it's gonna be good. See if you guys see it. Okay, let me zoom out here. Alright, I'll take a picture of it after, but it's pretty good actually. I did make this little knife slash fork just because I don't want to cut into this with my knife because it'll get kind of gooey. But yeah. It's really cooked on that side, almost burned. But it's gonna be good. So that is my submission to the Bushcraft group challenge, and it was really fun. I thought this was one of my favorite challenges. I've looked at this is only the second challenge I've done from Bushcraft International and Bushcraft group, but I've looked at the other ones, and this is a great idea. It wasn't like a little small basic thing. It was pretty complicated, but I had fun doing it, and I look forward to future challenges. So I hope you guys like the video.